all through kind of the participant virtual experience, and just giving you a glimpse into what our development team has been working on kind of around the clock since the pandemic happened. So, you know, it doesn't end with the registration point of view on the participant side. Through our platform, people come and visit these landing pages not only to register for your event, but through this acquisition with ASICS and Runkeeper, there's all sorts of possibilities following this participant journey. So as a participant registers, they're then going to be guided into gearing up with the official training merchandise of the event. So things like features of our online store can really help out with that. Different training and content. So both through the ASICS Runkeeper app, as well as hundreds of articles and so on that participants will be able to take advantage of in reading along the way. The participant will then participate in the event. They're going to be able to track their activity using the ASICS Runkeeper app, potentially listen to the official event playlist, which I really love being a runner myself, getting out the door every day, just easy running and so on with no actual events happening or little few. Music is definitely getting me motivated to get out the door and go out for a run. Results. So when the participant tracks their run through the Runkeeper app, their result will automatically be taken from the app and sent right over to a live leaderboard where participants will be able to celebrate by downloading finisher certificates, share their accomplishments out onto their social media feeds. And then from there, furthermore, a recent release is allowing for event photo galleries. So allowing these participants to actually document their experience while they're out on the trails and participating and finishing up at their virtual finish lines. What the registration process looks like through Race Roster. So we have an awesome creative team on hand that actually takes the time to build out all our pages for our clients. That is also a differentiator between us and other platforms in the industry. We like to take the workload off of our event organizers' plates as much as possible. And then from there within the form, obviously they're going to have the different set events that they can register for with different price points and so on. Next slide is showing up that gearing up. So showing off your official merchandise attached to the event. And then, having your participants be able to select their t-shirt sizing, add on different products, and really, feel like they are a part of the event experience, even in a virtual setting. To piggyback off that last slide, our event store. So upselling swag, offering discounts through the store. A lot of events will utilize this post-registration even and potentially keep this open year round. So if participant didn't, pick up the official garment at the time of registration, they can come back in after the fact. Sharing is a big way of allowing your participants to be advocates of your event and ambassadors, really. So each individual participant can have their unique promoter link where they will share that on social, in turn, hopefully driving more registrations your way. And then from there, we can incentivize Zoe for, again, being an advocate for your event for you. Fundraising pages. So nothing really changes on the fundraising front other than we are a peer-to-peer fundraising solution. So if you're working with other nonprofits or charities aligned with your events, this is a great way to set up team fundraising pages, individual fundraising pages, and being able to share those out and customizing the organizational pages to give not only your event more exposure, but hopefully drive more donations. And it's funny, through the pandemic, a lot of events that, might not have even been trail events or running events or cycling events for that matter, if they're not happening in person, but they are, a major fundraising organization, they're starting to catch on with the virtual running scene, and allowing for, the whole peer-to-peer fundraising solution to kind of take off for them while promoting wellness around things like trail running events and so on. Fundraising campaigns is also another differentiator. So via our email campaign tool in the back end, you'll be able to send out targeted emails based on people collecting donations via their personal fundraising pages. You can also send out emails like, you're 50% away from your goal. Here's some motivation to continue, trying to collect pledges online. So into what the Runkeeper app looks like and what it does. So all sorts of stats around total time, distance, map tracking, so GPS. There's audio cues in there, split times, elevation stats. If anyone in the crowd is a Strava user or uses Garmin Connect, it has all the same features as that, the sharing, the kudos, all of that. So it's a really great app, a free download in the App Store that happens to fall under our umbrella as well. Custom bibs, we're seeing a big uptick on that, obviously with in-person not happening. People still love getting the official event bib. So one thing that our creative team has helped out event organizers on is recreating a bib, sending that out to their participants, including a number and a name, and then any sponsorship along the bottom as well. Whether people want to print that off and wear it while they're out doing their virtual run, or just keeping that as a keepsake of this wild year we're experiencing. Event playlist, kind of touched on that a little earlier. So I really like this feature via Apple Music or Spotify. You can curate playlists and we can embed those right on your page. I guess research shows 61% of runners polled said they listen to something while they're running. So it's definitely a great feature to have your participants engaging with listening to a playlist while they're out there on the trails or roads. What the experience looks like and how to track and then post a virtual result to a leaderboard. Basically, as they go through registration, they'll then get a templated email, and it's basically an instructional email on how to download Runkeeper, how to load the event right into the app. Once they're ready to start their race, they're going to click on that, start your race button. From there, they're going to get a congratulations message pop up with confetti blowing on their device. And then from there, letting them know that Race Roster has received their result, automatically placing them within the leaderboard that we have set up for the event.
Might not have time today for the video, Josh.
Okay. Yeah, we'll skip through that one then, and I'll let Tim take it from here.
Yeah, so as we continue through, just quickly can take you through a step-by-step how the Runkeeper app experience works. It is a free app that's made available. And as Josh says, if someone wants to use an alternative fitness app, the system can take results, which you'll see a little bit later. But the true benefit to Runkeeper is that it's completely integrated. So it minimizes the number of clicks. It literally just takes a few. Once you sign up for the race, the app knows that you've signed up and then can push the results right back. And you'll see those through these steps. So step one, it connects to the app. Step two, you're going to confirm your name so that it's you that's registered. Number three, when you're ready to go do the event, you're basically just going to hit start, utilizing your device. And that can be a phone, it could be a wearable device as well. It records your participation. So once you're going through the course, whether it's a course you're doing on your own or whether it's a course that's been laid out, you can work either way, and records that participation. And then once you hit save and you've completed the distance, it'll push that information back to our results. and it also gives you the ability to rate your run. So you could talk about, what the conditions were like, how you felt. You could talk about your, mileage, so that you can, with regards to your shoe tracker, write some additional notes, just so you have a better feel for how the run went. Then you have the ability to celebrate the activity and share it with your friends directly from the device. Let them know how the event went. And then, as Josh had mentioned, you have all the activities and stats that you're able to keep track of, not only for this event, but it'll accumulate those stats for you across different time periods, whether it's weekly, monthly, whatever you're looking for. Then once you've finished, it'll push those stats automatically to a real-time leaderboard. Again, that's one of the benefits of the integration with Runkeeper, is the fact that it will do it automatically for you. If you have a different device or fitness tracker, you have alternative tracking methods. So you basically go back to Race Roster and submit a virtual result manually. And you can put in the time, the race you completed, and then also you can upload a screenshot of that event.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, so also people ask the question all the time too, can I link a recent activity to Runkeeper using your Garmin, your Apple Watch, Fitbit, etc.? The answer is yes. So just alluding to using the different apps, and then the integration can flow that way as well. Managing and deleting results. So event organizers and administrators to the page can remove a result, edit a result, and so on. Also, what Tim said about uploading screenshots. So to make the event more legitimate, if people are doing awards and so on, some event organizers will require a screenshot of that activity. Awards is something that we can recreate within the results pages as well. So giving digital badges based on your top finishing female, male, and then different age categories as well. Viewing personal results pages. So there's lots to do on this page. So down in the right corner here, you'll get to see the finisher certificate that automatically generates as people are posting their results. Casey up there can upload a headshot of herself, giving stats up here as how she did, with calls to action to share out on social media as well. Also a great place to highlight sponsorships because it is a high traffic area. And again, allowing your participants to upload their photos of themselves along the routes or post race or what have you, all to your official event gallery. Finisher certificates, just kind of touched on that. So these are your participants will be able to download that via PDF version, print that off, and then share down on any of their social accounts. More on the photo app. So we can create galleries. So this is more, a timer could set that up potentially, but in a virtual setting, maybe we're just allowing the participants to, take that into their own hands and upload to your gallery. We also have the ability to watermark for brand exposure on the photos to kind of sell those. And then smart bib mapping technology, again, more on the timer side. But if a timer is out on the course, it's basically bib recognition, and the system knows that it will tag any of the photos based on the bibs that actually come up within the photos that people are uploading. Just a glance at what these look like. So here's an example of you're on the course gallery versus your finish line gallery down below. More on the photo photo uploader. So again, they'll have the ability to go right into their participant dashboard and upload any photos of them participating if they wish. Watermarking just shows on the left-hand side here. So they have their official event logo attached to all the photos that people have been uploading to your event. Again, we can put sponsors on there or anything that you feel fit to highlight those individuals as well. giving boosting brand awareness and bringing attention to your charity if there is a nonprofit working with your event. Bib mapping, kind of touched on that, but again, it's just a bib recognition tool where the system automatically knows that if someone's wearing bib 123, it can map that right back to the participant. Then here's all the coming soon stuff and stuff that's in the pipeline. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, where we've added people during the COVID pandemic is on the development team and on support. And you see here, we've made enhancements relative to team results so that we can provide a much greater experience for these types of events. In addition to laying out the teams, you can show how they are doing on the course, and you put the course in there and you can see how the different people have performed. In addition, we're working on bringing audio cues. So as a race director, you could put in shout outs to participants at certain points on the course or at certain mile markers that they're accomplishing. So just another touch point to give motivation that's personalized. And then lastly, on the coming soon is putting together digital badges and medals. Again, it's just more ways to recognize and enhance the experience to make people feel more connected to the event, similar to how they felt with a traditional race that they would participate in.
Yeah, so just touching back on a couple of those slides, I want to say maybe one of the most compelling releases to date is probably our challenges. So event organizers are getting more and more creative with the virtual events that they're putting on. I'd say this one might fit the trail running space more than anything else. We now have the ability to actually map out, so create a GPX file of a map. Back a few months ago, there was the race across Tennessee that had huge participation numbers. That was all done on spreadsheets. So basically through creating a GPX file of a map, as an example, we have an event called the Run Across California, where people can go in each time after they've registered, upload a new activity each day, and actually see their avatar moving along the map closer and closer to the finish line. So that's a good one I really like, and I think that one could be proven to be useful in the trail space. But yeah, to kind of wrap things up before we get into a little Q&A, we really would love to have continue the conversation with you all. Again, we're so happy to be a part of the conference virtually, that is, but you feel free to reach out to Tim and I at our names at raceroster.com anytime. Awesome. So that concludes it. Terry, did you want to run a Q&A at all?
Yeah. Well, let's see if we have any questions. I don't think we've had anything coming in virtually. Any questions from the floor for the guys from Race Roster? Paul, do you want to shout and I'll translate? Cool. Okay, so the question is, do you have a partner program for somebody who wants to migrate several existing races, Paul? To you guys. Is that the question? Yeah, that's the question.
Tim, did you want to speak to that one?
Yeah, we do have a program that we can work with events on as far as migration and provide what we call an ambassador program for organizations that are looking to move over. And that can continue if they help us bring other events over into the future as well. So we'd love to talk with you in more detail about that, Paul, if you want to get together after the conference.
Yep, there you go, Paul. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Megan? Oh, yeah. So Megan's question is, does Runkeeper work out of self-service range like Strava does?
That's actually a great question. I don't know that it would. So basically what you can do though is link a recent activity into your actual app. So chances are like not a lot of people actually care to bring their phone out and use Runkeeper via their actual cell phone device. But because Runkeeper is a third-party app, what you can do is, let's say that you're running with Garmin or whatever your tracking watch is. From there, once you click save on that, it would then send the result. You can link a recent activity right into Runkeeper. And then from there, that would send the result over to Race Roster. So I think, was that Megan who asked that question?
It certainly was.
Thanks, Megan. Yeah, no, it's a great question. I've never actually experienced using it out of cell service. So the workaround there would be simply using your watch and then linking it as a recent activity to the app.
Cool. Paul, so going back to your question, that so going back a few years, I was actually at one point running 7 different registration platforms, and yeah, I know, Tim.
Sounds like fun.
Yes. Oh man, it was a headache in one way, but then on the other side, it was actually a really good opportunity to directly contrast 7 different registration platforms, because I do running camps, I do this conference, I do some training programs, I do some mental programs as well, and it's like I wanted to work with somebody as a partner who was going to, so I needed to work out who was going to offer me the best service and product and so on that I could use. And so 7 different registration platforms, and it actually ended up with down to 2. And the final decision, which is why I went with you guys, was you had one of the best platforms in terms of the functionality and the back office and the administration. But what the best thing you did for me was customer service. And that was kind of like the deciding thing for me. And you've never let me down in terms of customer service over, what has it been, like 5 years now, I think. So yeah, and I had to, I went through a migration process for all the different events that I had across the seven platforms, and put them all onto one, onto Race Roster. So thank you guys. You've done an awesome job. Any more questions from the floor? No, I think we're good.
Awesome.
All right. Well, you're pretty much on time, guys, which is very important, because the next thing that's coming along is food and beer.
Drinks, the food and drink, absolutely.
We don't want to get in the way of that, Terry.
No, that's very true. Very true. Okay, Josh and Tim, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Yeah, thank you so much for your support of the conference too, and I'm looking forward to next year, and hopefully seeing you in person again. That will be cool.
Likewise. Thanks, Terry. Everyone be safe and enjoy the rest of the conference.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Give them a round of applause, guys. Thank you. Woo. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care, Josh. Cheers, Tim.